Good morning, students. In the last class, what is completed? A small introduction about sets completed. Till now, what is completed? We discussed for 5 minutes. Then we continue today's topic. So, what is completed till today? So, set theory, very important chapter. Sets very important and easy chapter also. So read the introduction part every day and be ready for questioning. Suddenly I will ask you question in my live class. You have to answer. So read the introduction part every day. That's why we are discussing very small part every day. I'll give a chance to read. So that's why read introduction every day. Introduction plays an important role. So what we know about sets till today? Set theory is one of the important branch of mathematics. Well known it, you know it. And set is a well-defined collection of objects. We discuss so many examples about sets. Set theory is one of the important branch of mathematics. So read every point and try to know the meaning of every point. Set is a well-defined collection of objects. What do you mean by well-defined? Common property, same opinion. And we discuss about group and set also through one example. Then objects of a set are known as elements or members of the set. Suppose A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. What we call 1, 2, 3, 4, they are known as elements of the set or members of the set. Elements of the set or members of the set. Next, set theory is introduced by George Cantor, German mathematician, very important. He is the developer of set theory. Next, what is completed? Sets are represented by uppercase letters, elements are represented by lowercase letters. In sets, repetition not allowed. Next, I told some symbols. Belongs. The symbol is what? Belongs. The symbol is what? Does not belongs. Does not belongs. Does not belongs. Next one is what? Does not belongs. Next one, the symbol is what? Is a subset. Is a subset of. The symbol is what? Is not a subset of. So they are the important symbols. Few important symbols in set chapter. First one, belongs. Where we use belongs? In between element and the set we use belongs. In between element and set sometimes we use belongs, sometimes we use does not belongs. So it depends upon the element. In between element and set. So there is a question for you. Where we use the symbol belongs? In between element and set we use belongs. Suppose small a, capital A. What is small a? Elements. What is capital A? Set. Sometimes what we will write between them? Belongs. Sometimes does not belongs. So it is important. In between element and set, sometimes we use belongs, sometimes we use does not belongs. Suppose capital A. Both are sets. Sets are represented by uppercase letters, you know. In between set and set we use sometimes subset, sometimes not a subset. So they are the important symbols. They are the important symbols in some of the important symbols in set theory. Then next what we discuss? We can write sets in two ways. We can write sets in two ways. Number one, what is the first one? We can write sets in two ways. Number one, roster form or list form. Next, what is complete? Second one, set builder form or rule form. So we can write sets in two ways. Number one, set builder. Number one, roster form or list form. Number two, set builder form or rule form. What is first one? Roster form or list form. That means we are writing the list of elements. Suppose there is a question, days in a week. What is the answer? Write the list. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So they are the list. Second one, set builder form or rule form. So there is a rule, there is a condition in set builder form or rule form. Suppose a small example. So how to convert set builder form into list form? How to convert the list form into set builder form? Suppose name the set as A equal to X such that this symbol is known as such that X such that X is day in a week. So what is the rule? What is the condition? X such that day in a week. That is the rule. Day in a week. It is known as set builder form or rule form. This symbol is known as such that X is element. So this is set builder form. This is what? Set builder form or rule form. Set builder form or rule form. Write set builder form in list form. What are the answers? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So like that, it is the answer. First one is known as set builder form. Second one is known as list form. So first one is known as set builder form. Second one is known as list form. So we can convert set builder form to list form to set builder form. So we can write sets in two ways. Number one, roster form or list form. Number two, set builder form or rule form. This is the example for set builder form. This symbol is known as such that. And instead of that one, we can write this symbol also. It is colon, Read that one as also such that. X such that. X is a day in a week. What is the rule? Day in a week. There is rule. So it is known as set builder form or rule form. Then write set builder form in list form. Convert set builder form into list form. So this is known as list form. We can convert set builder form into list form into set builder form. And already we know sets are represented by uppercase letters, you know it. Next, what I told, Venn diagram. What is Venn diagram? Diagrammatic representation of a set. Set contains elements, We can represent set through diagram also. It is known as Venn diagram. We can represent set by using diagram also. It is known as Venn diagram or Venn Euler diagram. Two names are there, Venn diagram or Venn Euler diagram. And one more topic completed in the last class. It is what? Subset. What is the meaning of subset? Suppose two sets are there. First set is A, it consists of some element. Second set is B, it consists of some elements. Then what we discuss about subset? All the elements of first set are in second set. All the elements of first set are in second set, and second set contains at least one element more than first set. Then we say A is a subset of B. Suppose first set is A, it consists of some elements. Second set is B, it consists of some elements. All the elements of A are in B. All the elements of A are in B. First set is A. Second set is B. First set contains some elements. Second set contains some elements. All the elements of A are in B. All the elements of A are in B, but B contains at least one element more than A. All the elements of A are in B and B contains at least one element more than A. Then we say A is a subset of B. This is the symbol for subset, you know. How to read it? A is a subset of B. What is the meaning of A is a subset of B? A is small, B is big. This is big, this is small. All the elements of A are in B and B contains at least one element more than A. Then we say A is a subset of B. Suppose A contains 1, 2, 3, 4. B contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we say A is a subset of B. See this example. All the elements of A are in B and B contains one element extra, 5. So B is big, A is small. Then we say A is a subset of B. A is a subset of B. Suppose if it is like this, A 1, 2, 3, 4, B 1, 2, 4, 5. Can we say A is a subset of B? No. No. Observe it. Here all the elements of A are in B. Then we say A is a subset of B. Can we write A is a subset of B here? No, not at all. Because see here 1, 2, 3, 4. Here 1, 2, 4, 5. All the elements of A are not in B. Here 3. Here there is no 3. So 3 is missing. So what we say? A is not a subset of B. A is not a subset of B. So observe, when we write a subset, when we write not a subset, if all the elements of A are in B, then we write A subset B. A subset B means B is big, A is small. Important topic. Important topic. Then capital A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Capital B equal to 1, 2, 4, 5. A not subset B. 3 ways of reading. I told you already. We can read this one in 3 ways. First way, A is a subset of B. Number 2, A is contained in B. Number 3, B contains A. So 3 ways of reading. Number 1, A is a subset of B. First way of reading. A is a subset of B. Second way of reading. A contains in B. A contains in B. Third way of reading. B contains A. Anyway, B is big, A is small. And through diagram also I told 2 circles are there. First circle B, small circle A. Let us take the small circle as A, big circle as B. Then we say A is a subset of B. Then we say A is a subset of B. And again, why we are discussing all these topics again and again? Because they are very, very important. Subset topic is very, very important. If anyone asks you, what do you mean by subset? Through example also you can tell. Through example also you can tell how A subset B. A is a subset of B. What is the meaning of subset? All the elements of first set are in second set and second set contains at least one element more than first set. Then we say A is a subset of B. This is the example for A is a subset of B. Here A is a subset of B. Here A is not a subset of B. That part we discussed in the last class. Okay na? So subset topic is very, very important. Through diagram also we can represent this one. This is the diagram for A subset B. A subset B diagram, this one. 2 circles are there. Let us name the small circle as A, second circle big circle as B. This is the diagram for A is a subset of B. So up to here, very, very important topic. So we are discussing again and again. So be ready for questioning also sometimes. Then today our topic is and already I told you set contains elements. Set contains elements. Set le undayi elements untayi. Elements are also known as members of the set. Members of the set. Today our topic is types of sets. Different types of sets. Types of sets. Types of sets. So what are the different types of sets? What are the different types of sets? Number one, singleton set. Singleton set. Singleton set. Number 2, EMPTY, empty set. Empty set. So number 2, EMPTY, empty set. Number 3, finite set. Number 4, infinite set. Infinite set. Number 5, disjoint sets. Disjoint sets. Disjoint sets. Next, number 6, universal set. Universal set. Number 7, complementary set. Complementary sets. So like that, different types of sets are there. Types of sets: singleton set, empty set, finite set, infinite set, disjoint sets, universal set, complementary set. Complementary set. So they are the different types of sets. Singleton set. First one is singleton set. Single means one. Second one, empty set. Empty means no. Generally, set contains elements, you know. But here, what do you mean by empty? No elements, so 0. Finite set. What is finite set? Finite set means countable number of elements. Later we will see briefly about types of sets. First we have to know countable number of elements. Countable number of elements. Countable number of elements. Countable number of elements. So if we are able to count how many elements are there, it is known as countable. Infinite set, uncountable. Uncountable. So we are unable to count how many are there. It is known as uncountable set. Then disjoint sets. Disjoint sets. Disjoint sets means disjoint sets. Disjoint sets means no common elements. Later we will see briefly about each and every one. First listen to me, a small introduction about types of sets. Disjoint sets means no common elements. No common elements. No common elements. Later we will see what is common, what is not common. No common elements. Then universal set. It is so here no common elements. So some important words about types of sets. Words to remember, points to remember. Suppose singleton set, one element, simple. Empty set. Empty means no elements. Finite set means countable. What do you mean by finite? Countable. Infinite set, uncountable. Uncountable. We are unable to count how many are there. Suppose natural numbers, how many are there? There is no ending. We are unable to count. It is infinite set. Infinite set. Finite set. How many? Countable. Finite set means countable. Suppose even prime number. My question is even prime number. What is the answer? 2 is the answer. Only one element is there. It is countable. So countable means it is finite set. Uncountable means it is infinite set. Disjoint sets, we briefly discuss about disjoint sets later. Okay na? So remember, no common elements. No common elements. So it is disjoint sets. Universal set, it is the big one. It is the bigger. It is the big one. There is no big one than universe. Like that. There is no big one than universe. Which one is big? Universe. Universal set. It is the big one. So it is the big one. It is the big set. Big set is known as universal set. Complementary set. Complementary means against. What do you mean by complement? Against. Complement means opposite. Complement means against or opposite. Okay na? So there are different types of sets. Number one, singleton set. We discussed about types of sets in the next class briefly through examples. With examples, we will discuss. First of all, at least we have to know what are the different types of sets. Okay na? Number one, singleton set. Single means one. Number two, empty set. Number three, finite set. So they are the important words what I wrote inside the bracket. In bracket everywhere for everyone I wrote one or two words. So they are important. Finite set means we are able to count. Infinite set means we are unable to count. Disjoint sets means no common elements. Universal set, it is the big set. There is no bigger one than universal set. Universal set is the big one. Universal set consists of all the sets. Whatever set you are writing, everyone is there in universal set. Then complementary set. The meaning of complementary is opposite or against. Suppose two sets are there, A against A opposite to B, B opposite A, like that. So complementary set means opposite or against. And and before that, cardinal number. Before types of sets, a small definition is there. Cardinal number. Cardinal number. So before types of sets, there is important definition. Cardinal number. Cardinal number. So what do you mean by cardinal number? Definition of cardinal number. Cardinal number. Cardinal is the word belongs to set. Cardinal number means number of elements in a given set. Number of elements in a given set is known as cardinal number. So what do you mean by cardinal number? Number of elements in a given set is known as cardinal number. So what do you mean by cardinal number? Number of elements in a given set. In a given set. Number of elements in a given set. Number of elements in a given set is known as cardinal number. Is known as cardinal number. So it is important definition. Define cardinal number. Number of elements in a given set is known as cardinal number. Okay, now if A is the given set, then cardinal number, its cardinal number represented by n of a, like that. N of a, n for number, n for number. Number means cardinal number. N for number. So cardinal number. If a is the given set, then its cardinal number is represented by n of a. N for number of elements means cardinal number. N is what? Cardinal number. Example: a equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Let us take small example. A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. How many elements are there? 4 elements are there. 4 is known as cardinal number, not this 4. Count how many are there. 4 elements are there. 4 is known as cardinal number. Okay na? So what is cardinal number? Number of elements in a given set is known as cardinal number. If A is a given set, then its cardinal number is represented by n of a. Example: a equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. How many elements are there? You count. 4 elements are there. A equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. N of a equal to 4. Now this is the introduction for today. So today we discuss what we discuss. We discuss about the previous introduction, and today new topic is cardinal number and types of sets. In the next class we discuss briefly about types of sets. Thank you, students.